Prophet Solomon commands the winds. God allowed Prophet Solomon to control the wind and use it as a tool. This may be a reference to the use of wind energy in the end times. The freeze fiercely blowing wind under Prophet Solomon's command may be drawing our attention to the advanced aircraft technology that will be developed in the end times. And to Solomon, we gave the fiercely blowing wind, speeding at his command toward the land that we had blessed, and we had full knowledge of everything. Quran 21:81. Today many countries, including the United States and Denmark, use wind turbines to provide electricity. These turbines, by which scientists have estimated that as much as 10% of the world's electricity could be provided by the middle of the 21st century, offer a cheap and productive alternative to fuel-driven generators. The force formed by an aircraft moving through the air is called total aerodynamic force. This force can be resolved in two components. The force generated by the gravitational attraction of the Earth on the airplane is the weight. To overcome the weight force, airplanes generate an opposing force called lift. Lift is generated by the motion of the airplane through the air. As the airplane moves through the air, there is another aerodynamic force present. The air resists the motion of the aircraft, and the resistance force is called drag. Drag is directed along and opposed to the flight direction. To overcome drag, airplanes use a propulsion system to generate a force called thrust. Thrust is the force which moves an aircraft through the air. The motion of the airplane through the air depends on the relative strength and direction of these forces. If the forces are balanced, the aircraft cruises at constant velocity. If the forces are unbalanced, the aircraft accelerates in the direction of the largest force. Aircraft wings are designed to create a difference in pressure that enables them to fly. Flight happens as a result of the lift created by the air moving around the wings. When the aircraft reaches a lifting power equal to its weight, the wheels leave the ground and the plane takes off. This lifting force is formed in this way. Air normally moves in waves in a gentle current, but the flow of air changes as the wing moves against it. The air is divided and passes over and below the wing. The top surface of the wing has a bulged shape. According to some laws of physics, the air passing over the wing speeds up and has a lower pressure than the air under the wing. In other words, the air underneath lifts the aircraft, while the air above exerts less of a downward push. This difference in pressure allows the aircraft to be pushed up from below and be lifted into the air. Under these circumstances, the aircraft overcomes the force of gravity, and the carrying force that enables it to remain aloft is created. And we made a fountain of molten copper flow out for him. Quran 34:12. One of the great blessings given to Prophet Solomon was molten copper. This can be interpreted in several ways. Using the demons and jinn at his command, Prophet Solomon might have made decorations, huge dishes, rats and statues for general use. Quran 34:13 Muntan. Copper may indicate a high level of technological development. In Prophet Solomon's time, the use of electricity. As we know, copper is one of the best conductors of electricity and heat. And please signify control in producing electricity. The great amounts of electricity produced in Prophet Solomon's time could have been used in construction, communications, and many other areas. The words "flow out me" point to its widespread use. God knows the truth. Many Quranic commentators have interpreted in Al-Kitri is referring to petroleum. Today, petroleum is the most basic, raw material of technology. In his time, Prophet Solomon may have used it in technological operations. Allah knows the truth. Interpreting the words in Al-Kedri, Quran 34:12, as molten copper may allude to today's electricity generating industry copper. one of the best conductors of electricity and heat, is also one of the basic materials used in high technology. Long ago, people used to buy and sell, men and women. Even children were bought and sold in the open market. They were called slaves, and they used to work for their masters throughout their lives. Islam was the first religion to denounce slavery. The Holy Prophet of Islam and his companions always tried to buy slaves and free them. Here is the story of one such slave, whose name was Zed. Zed belonged to a noble family and was an intelligent young man. He was captured while in his teens in a tribal raid, and was sold from one person to another, until finally he was purchased by Qadia, the rich lady of Makkah. When Muhammad married Qadia, she offered all her belongings, including her sleeves, to him. He set all the sleeves free, but Zed begged him to let him continue to live with him. So Zed remained with Muhammad, and with time, his attachment to him grew. It so happened that the father and an uncle of Zed traced him to Makkah. They came to Muhammad and asked that he should be allowed to return with them. They offered to be as much ransom as might be demanded. Muhammad told them that Zed was free and that he could go wherever he liked. He sent for Zed and showed him his father and uncle. Zed was much pleased to see them after such a long time. He was told that his mother had remained grief-stricken all through the period of separation and was waiting eagerly for his return. They then asked him to accompany them home, but Zed refused to go. He said, "Father, is there any person in the world who does not love his parents? My heart is full of love for you and my mother. But I love this man, Muhammad, so much that I cannot endure separation from him." Both Zed's father and his uncle tried to persuade him to return home, but failed. He remained firm in his decision not to leave his gracious master, though he sent loving messages to his mother. When Muhammad saw his devotion, he took him to the Kaaba, and in the presence of his father and uncle, declared that Zed would henceforth be his son.